und damit einen schönen guten Tag, meine lieben Freunde und Zuschauer von ParkTube. Ich begrüße euch zu einem, einen eher ungewöhnlichen Vlog hier auf dem Kanal. Hat in dem Sinne primär erstmal nichts mit Freizeitparks zu tun, aber mit der Halloween-Saison, in der wir ja noch sind, beziehungsweise wir haben schon November. Eigentlich ist Halloween schon vorbei, aber wir haben noch 2 Termine, die mit Halloween zu tun haben, und mit dem ersten fangen wir an, mit dem Hotel. Nee, also wie gesagt, das ist halt ein günstiges Hotel. Also ich brauche jetzt keinen Luxus, das wisst ihr ja auch wahrscheinlich, wie zum Beispiel auf dem Camp Resort, da übernachten wir auch in unserem Zelt, und mir geht es halt einfach nur darum, was ja zum Schlafen zu haben, weil wir sind ja tagsüber unterwegs oder abends und brauchen halt nur ein Bett zum Schlafen, um eben ja nicht unter der Brücke zu landen, sagen wir es mal so. Und deswegen haben wir uns auch noch schnell ein Hotel hier in Essen besorgt für einen Schnapperpreis, von daher kann man auch nichts erwarten. Aber ja, Sinn des Vlogs heute ist, wir gehen in eine Bar, die befindet sich hier in Essen, und zwar ist es die Bar Frek Show, ist eine Rock'n'Roll Bar mit dem Thema, ja, Frek Show, Halloween, also Spooky, Monster. Wirklich eine tolle Bar, und die wollten wir uns mal geben und besuchen, und das natürlich auch hier im Vlog. Aber primär ist es das Ziel heute, ja, ein YouTuber-Pärchen zu treffen, sagen wir es mal so, und die haben viel mit Halloween zu tun. Die bereisen auch Gräber und verschiedene Filmlocations von Halloween-Filmen, bereisen natürlich auch Disneyland und solche Geschichten, und die sind halt wirklich sehr berühmt in den USA, haben schon über eine halbe Million Abonnenten, also von daher keine kleine Nummer. Ja, und mit denen wollen wir uns heute da ein bisschen unterhalten. Die sind halt extra da in der Bar, um ein bisschen mit den Leuten zu quatschen, ein bisschen was zu trinken, zu feiern, Filme gucken, was auch immer da passieren wird, ich weiß es noch nicht. Aber wir werden es sehen, und ja, und das wollte ich halt nochmal im Vlog mitnehmen. Und außerdem sind wir morgen auch noch im Moviepark, und von daher die Idee auch hier mit dem Hotel, weil von Essen aus ist Moviepark nur 15 Minuten entfernt oder 20. Und das habe ich jetzt nicht eingesehen, nach der Bar nachts noch nach Hause zu dackeln und dann am nächsten Morgen nochmal Richtung Bottrop zu fahren. Habe ich mir gedacht, nee, wir nehmen ein Hotel extra für den Tag bzw. den Abend heute hier, um dann auch im Moviepark dann zu sein und unsere Halloween-Saison mit dem Park dann abzuschließen und dann auf nächstes Jahr zu warten, wenn es wieder heißt Happy Halloween. Aber ja, in dem Sinne wollte ich euch unser Hotelzimmer zeigen, denn er hat eine Besonderheit. Denn ja, die Dusche steht einfach mitten hier im Zimmer. Ist kein Witz. Ja, wie gesagt, für das Geld muss man halt nicht viel erwarten, aber immerhin haben wir, guck mal, ein Etagenbett. Die Jenny wird natürlich oben schlafen, die will immer oben schlafen, ja, das habe ich jetzt auch so entschieden. Ne, wie gesagt, ist halt ein bisschen altbacken und so, aber ja, das, also für eine Nacht, Freunde, das reicht. Dann hat man hier noch so einen Schreibtisch, kannst hier ein bisschen chillen, und Fernseher gibt es auch, aber den nutzen wir halt dann nicht, weil wir gleich schon auf Achse sind. Genau, und hier haben wir dann halt ein Doppelbett, beziehungsweise ein Etagenbett, kein Doppelbett. So. Dann haben wir hier quasi so eine Art Raumtrennung, aus dem Grund, weil du hier auch duschen kannst im Zimmer. Toilette gibt es leider nicht im Zimmer, sondern hier auf dem Gang, aber das ist ja gar kein Problem, mein Gott. Dann hat man hier noch so 2 Spinde, kennt man aus dem College in amerikanischen Filmen oder halt in der Industrie hier, wenn du als Mitarbeiter, also so ein Spind, hat man in Phantasialand damals auch so ein Spind als Dingens. Genau, und jetzt weiter hier, hast ein Waschbecken, man kann kurz rausgucken. Ist nichts Besonderes, halt ein paar Bäumchen und so und ein paar große Häuser. Sind ja in Essen heute. Genau, dann haben wir noch ein Waschbecken und so. Finde ich ganz cool. Ich dachte, wir hätten jetzt kein Waschbecken im Zimmer, aber dafür haben wir dann ja, kein Klo hier. Aber das ist ja nicht schlimm, ne? Und ja, Besonderheit, ne? Wie gesagt, wir sind hier im Zimmer. Und wir haben einfach mitten im Zimmer eine Dusche. Ich habe das auch so gebucht, weil es wäre dann sonst eine Gemeinschaftsdusche, und da hatte ich echt keinen Bock drauf. Ich will schon meine eigene haben, und die ist tatsächlich, muss man mal sagen, ein bisschen Hightech. Naja, Hightech mehr oder weniger. Ich hoffe, dass wir hier nichts fluten werden, wenn ich hier dusche oder so. Aber ja, in dem Sinne reicht das vollkommen mit so, ja, als wärst du in einer Waschanlage. Genau, dann mache ich mich gleich mal ein bisschen frisch, und dann geht's los Richtung die Frek Show Bar, und dann werden wir uns dann da sehen. Und ja, ich bin gespannt auf jeden Fall, was uns da erwarten wird, wie das Programm sein wird. Und ich denke mal, die Leute alle da werden cool sein oder cool drauf sein. Und wie gesagt, ich freue mich dann, die beiden YouTuber zu treffen. Ist einmal Michael und Jessica, so heißen die beiden. Die sind genauso durch wie wir, also von daher passt das genau. Und ja, mal gucken, vielleicht werden die mit uns mal quatschen hier in der Kamera. Ich denke aber schon. Ja, und ja, in dem Sinne zeige ich dann euch noch die Bar, ein bisschen die Roomtour da. Und ja, was es noch so da zu sehen gibt, seht ihr dann jetzt gleich im Anschluss. Also, wir machen uns fertig und dann geht's los Richtung Frek Show Bar. Let's go! Ich weiß ja nicht, aber Fahrgeschäfte und so, die verfolgen mich irgendwie immer wieder. Ja, wir sind jetzt in Essen, Stehle, glaube ich, ja. Und ja, jetzt sind wir quasi in der Nähe von der Frek Show Bar und da gehen wir jetzt mal rein. Oh ja, und dann habe ich hier diesen Weihnachtsmarkt entdeckt. Anfang November. Ganz toll. Geht schon los. Ja, quasi direkt daneben haben wir dann auch den Eingang zur Frek Show, Rock'n'Roll Bar. Ein sehr unscheinbarer Eingang, aber wir schauen uns das jetzt genau mal an. Ich bin mega gespannt. Du auch? Das kleine Bunte da in der Ecke. Ja, und dann begrüßen wir den YouTube-Kanal Grimmlifecollective. Mal schauen, wie der Abend dort verläuft. Sieht echt schon geil aus. Mega gut. Jetzt sind wir hier im Keller gelandet. Und was sagst du, so Ersteindruck zur Bar?
Mega cool.
Mega geil, ne? Ich habe noch nie gesehen. Ist mega krass. Ach. Ja, ist halt alles so ein bisschen freaky drauf gemacht. Ne? Das ist eine Rock'n'Roll Bar, also Frek Show heißt die ganze Bar. Ist mega nice gemacht. Ja, und jetzt warten wir quasi in der Queue-Line und zwar sitzen dann da vorne die beiden und ja, holen uns, glaube ich, erstmal ein Autogramm oder so, keine Ahnung. Und werden wir uns mal umschauen. Aber ja, so sieht die Bar aus. Die ist halt im Keller. Das heißt, man stört eigentlich niemanden hier. Finde ich mega nice hier. Mega gut. Ja, Filmberechtigung habe ich gerade erfragt. Ich darf hier ruhig rumfilmen. Also wie gesagt, mega coole Bar. Also wenn ich hier wohnen würde, das wäre meine Hauptlocation. Hier wäre ich dann fast täglich. Mega nice gemacht. Jetzt sind wir hier in der Frek Show und ich habe zwei der Besitzer hier vor mir und die würden euch so ein bisschen erklären, warum der Laden hier existiert, seit wann er da ist und wieso er das Thema Horror- oder Frek Show bekommen hat. Wer anfangen möchte, bitteschön.
Ja, also der Benny und ich, wir haben uns kennengelernt in einem meiner alten Läden und das war 2009, haben wir uns kennengelernt. Und der Benny kommt nämlich aus Schweden, Stockholm.
Deswegen der Akzent.
Und er war hier mit seiner Band und hat gespielt und da haben wir uns verliebt.
Ah ja.
Ja, und dann hatten wir 2 Jahre eine Fernbeziehung und haben in dieser Zeit diese Location zwangsersteigert. Und haben dann ja auch 2 Jahre gemeinsam gebastelt, mal wenn der Benny zu Besuch war. Und dann irgendwann ist er ja auch hingezogen und wir haben geheiratet. Ja, und das Thema Horror.
Ja, so, ja, wir lieben Musik, Rock'n'Roll, also wir sind Rock'n'Roll-Freaks in einer Art. Und irgendwie so mit alten Horror-Movies wie mit Frankenstein, Dracula und die restlichen, die waren auch irgendwie Freaks. Und könnte man die Freaks irgendwie in einen
verbinden.
Ja, und das war wahrscheinlich die Grundidee so. Und das Konzept war nicht 100% fertig, wie das aussieht am Ende so. Das hat nur so auskristallisiert so. Aber Monsters und Rock'n'Roll, das war die Bausteine so.
Also davon seid ihr quasi Fans und habt das dann so in den Laden gebracht.
Ja, das genau.
Ja, und also wir spielen halt Bands, wir haben eine Bühne und wir buchen die Bands so, wie es passt, ne? Dass wir glauben, dass da genug Leute kommen, dass wir das gut finden und wir haben auch DJs, wir haben auch eine Karaoke, alles von Punk, Reggae, Hardrock, Metal, Soul, Garage.
50s, Rock'n'Roll,
Wird jeder glücklich.
ja, alles, das wir einfach,
Was wir
wir machen alles mit Herzblut. So.
Und ja, wir haben eröffnet am Freitag, den 13.
Sehr gut.
2012.
Oh ja.
Also feiern jetzt nächsten Januar 12 Jahre Frek Show.
Ja, im Prinzip der letzte Pinselding war einfach 1 oder 2 Tage vorher aufgemacht. Oder war es sogar den Tag vor? Der war so,
Also im letzten Moment, dass noch fertig liegt.
Ja, ich kenne das.
Aber auch zu 100% fertig sind wir nie, weil wir manchmal juckt das im Kopf so, vielleicht nochmal.
Ich weiß, ja.
So,
Also wir haben unsere Wohnung auch quasi gestaltet in verschiedene Themen und wir sind auch halt ständig dran, was zu verändern. Du siehst ja diese Sache an und dann denkst du, ja, da kann noch was dazu und dann kannst du noch besser, vielleicht eine andere Farbe oder ne, das kommt halt immer und ich glaube, man ist nie fertig. Ne?
Und da haben wir auch so scheiße wieder, weil ich will das Wort auch gar nicht aussprechen, mit C, haben wir im Lockdown das einzig Positive, da hatten wir ein bisschen Zeit, um nochmal Sachen noch ein bisschen abzugraden. Also die meisten Sachen sind hier so seit 12 Jahren, aber da haben wir halt nochmal so ein bisschen aufgepeppt und ein bisschen was erneuert und repariert und so weiter. Das haben wir dafür genutzt.
Ja, da war der Lockdown so in Blöcke so. Das ist der Lockdown vor, weiß nicht, so viele Wochen. Und okay, jetzt hat wir die Chance, etwas machen. Und machen das zack. Und nach dem Lockdown müssen wir wieder aufmachen können.
Ja.
Und dann manchmal war es so, wie du aufmachen könntest, oder da kommt noch mal ein Lockdown und so. Und ja, ich glaube, die Lockdowns hatte die Monster-Themas oder die Kreation ein bisschen schwarzer gemacht, so initial so. Weil das war nicht lustig, nicht zu wissen, so was.
Der Gastrobereich bzw. generell die Unterhaltung an dem Sinne, Freizeitparks oder Bars oder Restaurants, die hatten ja keine Perspektive, gar nichts, wussten nicht, wie geht's weiter.
Halt überhaupt nicht. Ne?
Nee, das ist totaler Schwachsinn gewesen. Ne?
Ja,
deswegen hoffen wir mal, dass da keine Idioten nochmal um die Ecke kommen und was planen.
Ich könnte mir eigentlich nicht vorstellen, dass sowas in der Art nochmal, aber lassen wir mal.
Sag niemals nie, ne, würde ich sagen. Nee, und wie kam es dann dazu, dass heute die beiden YouTuber dann da sind? Also, da haben
das
Sie
ist
angeschrieben.
Das Coole, weil der Andi Brings, mit dem haben wir halt eine Verknüpfung schon fast von Anfang an, seit wir aufgemacht haben, weil der hier mit Band gespielt hat oder halt ganz viele Jahre hier auch aufgelegt hat als DJ. Und der wiederum kennt den Laurent von Vision und der wiederum kennt halt Jessica und Michael. Und der Andi hat uns halt dann vorgeschlagen, weil die gesagt, die kamen nach Deutschland und fragten, wo wäre es cool, so ein Meet and Greet zu machen? Ich sag, ja, in der Frek Show.
Ja, sicher.
Ja, so ist das gekommen.
Ja, einer der Gründe, sonst wäre ich auch nicht hier und hätte den Laden auch nicht gefunden. Aber ja, finde ich cool. Würde ich sagen, macht weiter so. Sieht mega cool aus. Ich bin mega begeistert. Coole Location, wenn ich hier wohnen würde. Ich wäre, glaube ich, Stammgast. Ja, vielen Dank und dann schauen wir uns weiter oben hier in der Frek Show und treffen auch noch Michael und Jessica.
Yes.
Schön, dass ihr wirklich alle da seid. Das ist ganz toll, wir freuen uns sehr. Ich möchte nur kurz zum Ablauf des Abends sagen, wir haben jetzt 19 Uhr, gegen 20 Uhr machen wir das Q&A mit den beiden. Wer bis dahin noch nicht mit ihnen gesprochen und Fotos gemacht hat, keine Sorge, keine Angst, die gehen nicht weg, das geht auch danach noch weiter. Also es ist eigentlich alles ganz easy. Ich finde es natürlich super, dass ihr euch alle so brav anstellt. Das gefällt mir sehr gut. Besonders, weil ich mich nicht anstellen muss. Also noch eine Stunde und dann machen wir das Q&A, das machen wir hier. Und danach geht es genauso weiter bis jetzt und ich wünsche euch einen ganz schönen Abend und viel Spaß. Vielen Dank für die Aufmerksamkeit.
normalerweise nicht, aber ich bin hier gerade auf Toilette und ja, die sieht auch mehr eigen aus. Mega krass. Ja, ne? Also der Laden ist schon echt geil, muss man einfach mal sagen. Hier gibt es auch verschiedene Veranstaltungen. Und ja, wir haben jetzt auch eine Premiere gerade, denn Andi vloggt das erste Mal aus der Toilette raus. Ist das nicht toll, Freunde? Das ist doch mal was Tolles. So, jetzt treffen wir aber Jessica und Michael und ja, dann geht's weiter hier im Text.
This is Michael
and Jessica
of the Grimmlifecollective coming to you from the Frek Show in Essen. We're here after doing this amazing journey through Germany, filming some of the craziest historical spots, doing a meet and greet and meet people like these fine folks who run this channel. So we have one thing to say to you, and we say it because we live it every day. Ready? 1, 2, Happy Halloween. Happy Halloween!
Thank you.
From us to you.
Guten Tag. Oh, German.
She's been practicing.
That's all I got.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4,
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Nice. So, welcome to Germany.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
And to the ParkTube channel here in Germany.
And thank you for taking the time out to come say hello to us.
Yeah.
What's your name?
Andy.
Andy?
And Jenny.
And Jamie? Happy Halloween to you as well.
so tiny! Oh, it's so cute. I'm actually 5'3", but I'm in boots. Okay. Yeah, I got shoes on, yeah.
We have gifts for you guys.
Oh,
just for
nice.
coming by and saying hello and taking the
It means a
time.
lot, and it's double-sided.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So much.
What's your name? What? Hey, wait. Thank you. I was going to say, come on.
So, okay, we got
About 2 weeks. We've been filming around Germany for about 2 weeks from the south all the way to the top.
Ja, und jetzt haben wir quasi Michael und Jessica getroffen, haben ein Schwätzchen gehalten und hier nochmal das Bild dazu. Das gab es für mich natürlich auch on top und die haben uns beiden noch 2 Sticker gegeben plus 2, ich glaube, Autogrammkarten. Und ja, jetzt gibt es das Q&A von den beiden, das heißt, jeder kann eine Frage stellen und wir werden quasi diese auch hier auf der Bühne direkt vor mir beantworten. Und das ganze Interview bzw. das Q&A gibt es jetzt natürlich auch hier im Video. Viel Spaß!
The big one.
Yeah. Are you going to be standing here? Don't let anything happen to it.
Yeah.
Michael, I'm going to do a quick introduction.
Könnt ihr mich hören? Nochmal herzlich willkommen zur Frek Show. Mein Name ist Andy Brings. Ich mache das Q&A mit den beiden. Bevor es losgeht, möchte ich noch ein paar ganz warme Worte des Danks und der Liebe sagen, dass wir heute hier Laurent und Daniel von Wicked Vision, Ela und Benny von der Frek Show, die uns freundlicherweise am Donnerstagabend in ihren unglaublich geilen Laden lassen. Einen kleinen Applaus. Oder gerne auch einen großen Applaus. Ich sehe ganz viele alte Freunde, ich sehe auch ganz viele neue Leute und neue Freunde, von denen ich hoffe, dass ihr auch nach heute Abend den Weg mal in die Frek Show findet. Hier sind extrem geile Konzerte immer und ein Besuch, wie ihr seht, lohnt sich immer. Ihr hattet jetzt ja schon Gelegenheit, mit Michael und Jessica zu sprechen. Und wenn wir hier fertig sind, geht es auch damit noch gerne ein bisschen weiter. Ich hoffe, ihr hattet bis jetzt einen schönen Abend. Hattet ihr bis jetzt einen schönen Abend? Yeah! Gut. Without further ado, please welcome to the stage Michael, Jessica, Baby Girl, the Grimmlifecollective!
I
think it would be fine like this, right? I feel like I'm in some sort of storyteller mode right now.
Yes.
Great. Can everybody hear me okay? Yeah. All right.
And Jessica as well?
Hello. Schönen Abend. Little German.
Ich werde das jetzt übrigens alles nicht simultan oder auch danach übersetzen. I assume everybody's English is good enough, so I don't have to translate everything you're saying. Ich denke, so kommen wir klar. Also ich komme so auf jeden Fall sehr gut klar. Das ist die Hauptsache. Welcome, guys.
Thank you.
Great to see you here in the Frek Show. Finally, we made it after 2 months of careful planning and everything. Great to see you. So Germany is kind of the last leg of your European tour?
Slightly. I mean, this is the end of our time here in Germany.
Okay.
And then I think we have one more video tomorrow, as long as the weather where we're going to go works out. And then from there we go to Brussels. Yeah. And then back to England for 2 weeks.
Right. So where in Germany have you been so far? What kind of places did you film? And how do you like it here?
We love it. We love it.
And spell the Bavaria stories for last, please.
Oh, we got some crazy stories, but I'm going to do something that we typically don't do.
Sneak peek?
Yeah, I'll tell you exactly what we filmed, if you guys want to know. Usually we keep it all completely secret, and I'm sure somebody's going to say something, but I don't think anybody, I don't know. So, originally for Germany, we had 7 videos planned. And rain and what have you not, things kind of fell through. So we have successfully filmed the filming locations to Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, Suspiria, and Nosferatu. So those are coming, and I know other people have done it before. We're not the first people on YouTube to do anything like this, but Laurent from Wicked Visions was with us for a couple of those videos, and we kind of did a big deep dive.
Oh, you have to get closer to the microphones because of the feedback.
Oh, I am?
Both of you.
Both of us.
When you're talking.
Thank you.
Okay. It just feels so loud, I'm sorry. So yeah, we deep dived the crap out of those. And we love Germany. And I think it was because we came here during the fall that we just fell in love with it even more.
Awesome.
I do have horror stories though.
Tell them.
No, I'm not going to tell you.
But you had some crazy encounters with some Bavarian people, you told me before. What was that all about?
Okay, if I can ask, because I don't know. When we came in, the first town we hit up was Freiburg. I think that's how you say it. Mm-hmm. And that is, if you're familiar with the movie Suspiria, the ballet school is based off of a building that's there. So we went there, we did that. They didn't actually film there. They just, use it as inspiration. And from that point on, things just got really weird. So we did that, and then the same day we checked into a hotel in Munich. Now I'm kind of embarrassed to say this. Growing up, I always knew it as Munich. So, in order to find the hotel, I type in the address, Munich, and I get there and I'm like, well, where the hell is Munich? I couldn't find it. Because I didn't know that here it's called München. And I was like, where the hell is Munich? I couldn't find it. So I Googled it, and it said, Americans call this place Munich. And I was like, shit. So then the very next day, we went to a gas station, and there was this really sweet old lady.
Sweet to you.
Sweet to me, didn't like her.
No.
So much so the second day, she wouldn't go in. So I go in by myself, and she goes, listen, how do you like it here? I went, good. And she goes, don't trust anyone. They smile, but they're really not smiling. And I went, fuck. So I listened to her talk some more, and I go out to the car, and I said, baby, we're never coming back here again.
Why?
Yeah, so I told her, and she's like, oh my God. So we went and we filmed, then we went back to the hotel. And the guy who checked us in, he was from
Bulgaria. And I kid you not, I shit you not, he has no idea who this woman is. He goes, how do you like Germany? I went, it's good, it's good, I had fun. He's like, don't trust anyone. That was the start of our Germany trip.
What do you mean?
Yeah.
Did you find the time to do some things like normal people do, like touristy stuff, stroll around some cities, or was the camera always on, so to speak?
We did do some strolling. We saw some cathedrals that...
Here, grab it.
Okay. It's easier, yeah.
I think.
Good luck.
Sorry.
I'm small. It's harder. I would say we did some typical tourist things. We were in München and we saw a few elderly gentlemen in some lederhosen coming out of a beer house. And to me, that's about as tourist as you can get, because that's the impression that we get in America from München because of Oktoberfest. That's all anybody ever talks about. Oh, you're going to Germany? You want to Oktoberfest? No. No, thanks. But I like pretzels, but I don't eat them that much.
It was weird. We got stories for days. I'm too excited.
You've been in Europe for almost 2 months now.
Yes.
How long in advance did you plan everything? Did you plan everything meticulously, or were there some X factors when you came here that you just couldn't plan or didn't know about?
So, when we made the trip, I think this was my problem. It probably sounds better. I'm sorry. So originally, whenever we made the trip, the plan for coming here, there was like 70 filming locations or 70 places that we wanted to visit. And of course, you can't do them all. When you actually sit down, you plan out this and that and this and that. I think it came down to like 40. And I'm like, okay, cool, I can do 40. Now you laugh. But I'm crazy like that. And I got most of them. And there's still a few that I had to skip. We had to skip because it rained, which is fine. But the funny thing happens when you do what we do. You're out on the road and anything can happen. You know, I spent over a year planning this, and we were bouncing ideas off of each other. And we were in London. She wasn't feeling good. She was sick, but she had allergies. And we woke up, and she's like, I can't go out today. And I was like, oh, well, crap, what do I do? And then I remembered, wait a second, our hotel is not that far from where the first Black Sabbath album cover was. So I just woke up and went for a drive.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of planning, but anything can happen. So you just kind of got to roll with it. She calls it...
Plan for the unexpected.
No, I can't remember.
Anything that can go wrong will go wrong.
Yeah.
And you have to allow some
Plot
time for that.
twist.
Plot twist. Yeah.
But you try to plan as careful and detailed as possible.
You have to, yeah.
Yeah. I feel like we may have discussed this before on some of our live shows when we do the Up All Nights. And he is a meticulous planner. He does this thing with Google Maps where you drop a pin. And we used, a long time ago probably, he showed one of our old ones, and it was 4 pages of just dates and times and dates and times for about 20 different locations. So after a while you get used to knowing, okay, I'm gonna spend maybe an hour here, that shouldn't take too long when I drive here, and then you put a little bit of time in between. And often that still is not enough time. So you kind of gotta prioritize things. It's like going to a theme park for the first time. There's the important bits that you have to miss or can't miss, and then there's other stuff that's like, well, if I have time, I'll do that too. But always plan for what will go wrong, because it does. Almost every time.
Always.
Always.
How did it all start? Who came up with the name, the concept? What were the first baby steps like?
I looked at this the other day. I think it was like April 21st, 2011 is whenever Grimmlifecollective started. And that wasn't in preparation for this. It was just, I was like, how many videos did we make? And I saw the date when it was
Over
created.
800 if you're wondering.
Yeah, 850, I think. 851 tomorrow. I I was homeless and living in Pittsburgh. Well, really living out of my car. I had a full-time job and I was delivering pizza for a Russian family, which was weird enough as it is. And it was the middle of winter. And ever since I was a little kid, I was always interested in horror and I wanted to travel. And I had this crazy idea that I wanted to be a writer and I wanted to write for a magazine, but I didn't want to write for some stupid magazine. There was no cool magazine, so I was just like, eh. So I was delivering pizza to these families night after night after night. And sometimes they're the same families night after night. And they'd be sitting there in the same exact spot, watching TV, eating the pizza. And I'm like, I don't want to be like that. You know, I wanted to get out and I wanted to explore. And even more so, I wanted the families to get out and explore. It sounds so cliche and so, but it's true. Grimm Life wasn't always what it was, what it is now. It used to be a website. I created my own magazine, but it was a website. And I would write, and I would photograph these places. And then one day, I realized nobody wanted to read about the travels, they wanted to go. So then I started finding people doing YouTube, documenting their travels, and I was like, I'll try that. And if you watch some of the early videos, they're horrible. And I used to tell people, if you watch Grimmlifecollective, make sure you're either drunk or high. That's how bad I thought they were, but I was having fun, you know? And then, wow, I'm really going deep, aren't I?
Please do.
A lot of people in my life were like shitting on me. They were saying, you know, you're never gonna do something, stop doing it. You know, it's pointless, even relationships.
Give up.
And if you go back, there's two other people that show up in the videos, but when I met her, which is an odd story in itself, beautifully odd, but odd. When I met her, we just clicked. And then everything just started happening, like fell into place. And it has never stopped. In 7 years of being together, we haven't spent a single day apart.
We spend every single day together.
We'll drive for 17 hours straight, sleeping, you know, on the side of the road, and just keep driving. I never listen to the radio once. We'll just talk, or just sometimes just drive in silence and relax. And it's magic.
What is the secret to a good video for you? Do you know when something is really great, like when you're filming it, or maybe later during the editing process?
Wait, the secret to a really good video?
To you, what do you think makes a great video? The special ingredient.
I know this one.
Go for it. I'm talking too much.
Passion.
Yes.
When you're excited about your topic, your passion is infectious. Just like how people say a sneeze is contagious, excitement is contagious, enjoyment is contagious. And if you really put your heart and soul into what you're doing and you're wanting to legitimately share your experience with other people, they're going to feel that. And I think that genuinely is what makes a great video. If someone can take me on an adventure and I don't feel bored out of my mind from sitting and watching somebody else do something for 30 minutes, I've had a good time. Sometimes we don't make it that long through blockbuster movies anymore.
Right.
You know, sometimes it's hard to keep people's attention, and the movies aside, because sometimes we feel that the passion just isn't there. When you go on an adventure, it really should be about having fun. Whether you're by yourself or you're with friends, it should always be about enjoying yourself, and that's it. If you're not having fun, what are you doing?
Amen to that. That's true. Was there ever a video where you thought, wow, this is beyond awesome, that people are going to freak out when they see this, and then for some reason the views or people's reactions fell behind your expectations?
All the time.
All the time, okay.
All the time.
There's this weird phenomenon with YouTube. First and foremost, every video that we put out, we're stupidly excited about.
We love them all.
The only time that we do a video is if we feel 100% about it. If we're 95% or if we're like feeling slightly off, it's like, let's save it for a different time. Again, it's all about having fun and being genuine. There has been a few videos where it's like, oh my God, people are gonna lose their goddamn minds over this. They're gonna love it, and then it tanks.
And that's when we found out how big of a nerd we are.
Yeah. And then we'll put a video out where it's like tracking down the filming locations to a movie that came out 120 years ago that nobody cares about. And then they do care about it. And it blows up. And it's like, what just happened here? There's no way of knowing, which goes back to what's the key to like making a good video. There's no way of knowing. It's just as long as you're having fun, you already won.
Yeah, there's no big secret to how things are done, and the day now of people using YouTube, the algorithm has changed so much that it's not that you've made a bad video or you didn't have a great time or an amazing edit. Sometimes it's just a matter of a machine not putting you in the right algorithm, and that could totally be a thing. So don't feel discouraged if you want to get out and do this or have started doing it and you're going, oh, my numbers aren't so great. Sometimes it's just time, because the more you make, the more YouTube goes, oh, they stuck with it. Well, maybe I'll put them out there in the algorithm a bit more and show them off to more people. Just stick with it and have fun. I mean, that's literally what we did. And we get to meet all you beautiful people.
So you don't slave yourself out to the algorithm and you don't pay attention too much to this?
No. Like, honestly, no. I mean, don't get me wrong, numbers are great. I mean, we're lucky enough to do YouTube full time. I mean, this is going to sound very cliche, but I'm a poor kid from Pittsburgh.
St. Louis, Missouri.
Poor kid from St. Louis, Missouri. And we're traveling Europe for 3 months. But we're not like raking in the money or anything. We're able to pay our bills. But everything we make goes into it, into the next video. A lot of people say, how do you afford to do this? Well, because we don't buy anything. We buy gas and hotels.
We budget
constantly
down to the penny sometimes to be able to do what we do. And it's just a matter of finding those coupons or things that are on sale or on clearance, or finding a travel program to like your hotels that gives you really great perks. So like you gain a point system, and then occasionally you get a free hotel night, which can make a big difference in your travels.
And the big secret about us, thank you all for watching the videos, seriously, but we didn't make them for you. There's no pictures or video of me as a kid.
Same.
There's none. Same with her, like she just said. So these videos, we make them with the mindset not to like get rich or have the best video out there. We make them with the mindset that someday we're going to be too old to travel and we're going to sit at home and go, remember when we did that? So what we're really creating is a video photo album. And you guys are all in it for the ride. So thank you for that.
And we also consider you guys a part of our family. You guys are our family that we build. You are the Grimmlife family. And we love every single one of you.
So it's basically all about living the dream and sometimes working the nightmare.
Yeah, but we do also keep in mind when we do some locations and adventures, people who might have a disability that keeps them from doing a lot of things. Michael often does videos by himself because I have a heart condition, so I can't do a lot of the hiking that he does. Exercise. A lot of the exercise that he does. So we do consider trying to bring you as a genuine adventure as we can without any clickbait. No, something that is a 5-minute experience will never be a 30-minute video. Because we don't want someone to go somewhere and go, man, they lied. This is not what it was like in that video, because we've been catfished that way and spent money on that. And that's just a terrible thing. We would never want to do that to somebody else. So whether you can go yourself or you can't go, we just want you to have as genuine an experience as we did. That means the world to us.
I assume you do all the editing yourself?
Yes.
Would you ever outsource something like that if it became too time consuming? Or would it lose that special feel? Would videos miss something then?
Oddly enough, my favorite part of doing YouTube is the editing.
The editing.
I love it. And I get messages from people or people in Hollywood who say that, oh, someday you're going to be too big to do your own thing. It'd be so much easier if you have...
Hire me.
And I don't want to. Like,
you guys don't understand. We'll be sitting on the couch, and these are the things that I love about this man so dearly. We'll be sitting on the couch, and right next to me is a sometimes 3-second clip, 5-second clip, or 10-second clip that is repeating for hours and hours.
I'm nuts.
Yeah, but the excitement he has, he will take the remote and pause whatever I'm watching at least every other minute, every 5 minutes, and go, baby, oh my God, I have to show you this. Oh my God, look at this, look at this, look at the shot we got the other day. And I was there, and I had such an amazing time, but then he wants to show me, and he's still so excited. Every single thing that he does when he's editing is a wonderment to him, and that's something that I love watching every single day.
I think that's part of the magic when you watch your videos. You can feel the genuine excitement.
Yeah.
That's what absolutely comes across.
I think if he wasn't able to edit, he might get depressed, honestly. Yeah. That's one of his big joys, aside from us doing it together.
You're always very respectful when it comes to entering or filming private properties, or when you're shooting on cemeteries, for example. Any close calls with people or authorities who didn't want you to be there?
Jeffrey Dahmer. You've seen that video?
Yeah.
Okay. So,
That's why we are here.
in the Jeffrey Dahmer video, if you haven't seen it, I was filming and I was getting very excited because I was like, oh my God, I can't believe I'm here. I'm obsessed with walking history. I love it. So I'm like, I'm gonna go around back because of the house. Nobody seemed to be home. I walked around back, not like on the property, but like down the alley and around back. I worked for it. And I get back there because you can see where Jeffrey Dahmer's bedroom was when he was staying with his grandmother. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna do it. So I do this, I park the car and I walk up. I made the mistake of being so excited that I took a step or two too far. And the woman was there waiting for me, and she's like, get off my property. And I froze. And she's like, get off my property. And I admit that I was wrong. Even in the video, I turned the camera on myself. And I don't think anybody's ever really done this. They usually just kind of like either whatever, but I apologize. I said, I went too far. You gotta be careful when you do that kind of stuff. And so it happens. But that was the one, the Jeffrey Dahmer one. That was like really the only time that something like that came to that kind of head and we acknowledged it.
We try to be as respectful as possible because there's still people who are living today, that was their family. There's still people often living in the same house because it's a house that's been passed down through the family, or people who had no idea what they bought when they bought it and now they're just bothered every day. And we try to think of, what if that was us? What if someone found our address online and wouldn't leave us alone? So we try to do things as politely as we can. We always ask for permission, even if it seems obvious that you don't need to. We're like, hey, I just want to let you know that we're here. And we're not going to come close to you. We're not going to trespass. And oftentimes doing that, people have been like, wow, thanks. You know what? Just because you asked, come on in. And that's how we've sometimes gotten those golden nuggets that no one else has gotten to see before, just by asking and being respectful. It goes a long way.
Was there ever a video you desperately wanted to do but just could not make happen because of circumstances beyond your control?
Yeah.
You have one?
We've had a few, but we've shelved them for later to try again.
I like to think of myself as like the Willy Wonka of YouTube. Somehow I manifest it and it happens.
Yeah.
For instance, Hollywood, California, there's the Knickerbocker Hotel. And if you don't know what that is, it's made famous because when Harry Houdini died, his wife Bess Houdini would hold seances at the very top. The very last seance for Harry Houdini was up there. and wanted to get up there so bad. And it's a retirement home, and they're like, it ain't gonna happen. It ain't gonna happen. Every time I ask, because I ask all the time, it ain't gonna happen. And then one day, I show up.
3 years.
Yeah, 3 years later, I show up, and just out of the blue, and the security guard is, I know your videos, I like them. Yeah, come on up. And I was like, so again, just being respectful and just acknowledging. So, yeah.
We kind of touched this before, but you're married, of course, and you work together and perform together in front of the camera, and stuff like that can be quite challenging for regular everyday life. I would know, but you seem to manage everything pretty well.
Yeah.
What's your secret? Is it just that you click that well, or is it sometimes a little work?
Well, I think every relationship is a little work, and that's not to say that it's difficult, but you're a walking bag of flesh. You've got hormones, you've got tiredness, you've got a job, you've got to eat. I am very guilty of being hangry.
Oh.
I'm hypoglycemic, so that means I have to eat very frequently or my sugar crashes, and it's not that I get mean or anything, but I'd be like, food now, no discussion. And that can throw wrenches into things sometimes when you're filming, so you have to do a lot of planning and just communicate. The best thing you can do is communicate, and I think having a good communication between the both of us is probably what gets us through a lot of things, yeah.
Yeah, so take what she said, and then I'm the kind of person who, from the moment I open my eyes, I go. I can't stop. It's impossible for me to stop. When I do stop, I lay down. Within like a minute, I'm out. I go to bed. I get up at 6 o'clock every morning on the dot. I start editing. I go out and film. It's repeating. And I just can't stop. So when I'm in that mode and then she's hungry and she needs to like eat or she needs to rest, I have to do that. So like she said, the key for us is communication.
Yeah.
It sounds cliche and cheesy, but it's true.
But also know your limits.
Yeah, we tell each other everything.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it comes down to.
You already said that you film a lot here in Europe. In what way or ways was it different filming in Europe than filming in the US, like getting permissions or stuff like that?
The hardest part about filming in Europe was finding parking.
Yeah.
True story.
Yeah, it's horrible. It really is. And
you have to tell the people that you did the whole Europe thing by car, not the train. You drove yourselves.
We rented a
everywhere,
car from London,
even in England.
Yeah.
Yep.
So first time ever out of the country, we got off the airplane. We get the rental car, and they don't even ask me if I know how to drive. I don't even think they got my driver's license. I think they did. But they were like, here, have fun. And I was like, fuck. So it took me I would say almost within like the first day or two, I got used to driving on the other side of the road. And then it took me about 3 weeks to figure out what the hell a roundabout was. I still don't know if I'm doing it right. I just go for it and go, hope I don't get killed.
The difference from country to country, a roundabout in Germany is not the same than a roundabout in France or Paris, for example.
Yeah, and
very different.
Yeah.
Bumper cars.
What's the bumper cars? At this point, I personally, because I drive, I do all the driving. I have driven in multiple countries, multiple cities, different terrain, different weather. Paris is the worst to drive in.
Yeah.
Me to Brussels.
Thanks. We're not going.
No.
But seriously, parking, and we're okay with walking, but trying to figure out how to park or where to park in a place where you don't know the language is really hard. It seems easy, but it's easy if you want to get tickets everywhere you want to go. But
we're a bit spoiled in America because everything has been developed so recently. We're kind of a baby country compared to Europe, that we have big ass parking lots everywhere.
You guys call them car parks here in Germany?
Car parks, like England? I don't know. Parking lots at home, but Yeah, if we don't have a parking garage, we have a parking lot. And it's not usually hard to find parking unless there's some massive event. So we're a little spoiled. Yeah.
So those were the major challenges.
Just parking.
Yeah, I mean, everyone's been super nice for the most part. I can't think of any negative interaction that we've really had aside from when I was at the beer house in Bulgaria, or
Bavaria. Yeah, the B word.
The B word.
Yes. Bavaria.
Southern Bavaria, yeah. It was a very tourist location, or at least so it seemed, but it was supposedly the oldest beer house in Germany. And we just wanted to check it out. It was a filming location for Suspiria. And the gentlemen next to us were extremely upset that we ordered a soda. And I was like, whatever, I can't drink, man. Like, your problem, not mine. I don't know what they said because it was in German, but they were very open about like reaching across my face and pointing at our soda, so that's how I knew they were upset. Yeah.
Me personally, I really love when you incorporate rock and roll into your videos, like the Black Sabbath album cover, or the Pet Sematary video location, or the Whiskey A Go-Go. Any plans to do that more often, and how were the reactions to those videos in particular?
I think the Pet Cemetery one might be a good example of one that we were so excited about and thought it was like a deep dive and didn't do as well as we thought, but we thought it was like so fucking cool. Just to be there blew our mind.
It's about like the rock and roll, like the music ones, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Pet Cemetery, the music video location was really cool. I love doing them, and I'm not gonna give too much away, but I'm gonna put him on the spot. Where's Laurent at?
Laurent.
All right. Oh, you're up there. You're really tall. I'm not going to tell you guys what it is, but he knows. I asked you if you can get me the contact for somebody for an interview. Remember who I'm talking about? It is, if it can happen, because remember, I'm the Willy Wonka of YouTube. If it can happen, it's going to be the coolest damn video you've ever seen in your life. It is like a rock icon, and I'm like, nobody's ever going to, it's never going to happen, but trust me, it will. Trust me. And so
I'll take your word for it.
Yeah.
Can you give a tiny hint? Because I don't even know.
Tony?
No, I can't.
Okay.
I can't. It's like bad juju, you know what I mean? If I say it, then it's going to be a thing. Yeah. It's the opposite of hell.
Heaven? Huh.
Okay.
You're on the spot.
I'll find out later. Because I'm confused as you guys are right now, too.
When you're filming for a video, do you try to take the time to really enjoy everything and take it all in when the camera is not rolling? But I can imagine that time is sometimes a huge factor when filming.
It can be. We try really hard to, but sometimes you have to really be aware of your surroundings for safety reasons, as well as whether it's weather or something like that. When we did Nosferatu, I think all of us, Laurent, Jessica, and I, we really wish that we could have just spent the day just exploring the town.
So cold.
But we had the cold, we had rain, and we also had it getting dark at 4 o'clock. So we had to go, we have to do this, we have to do that, we have to do this. And we made an amazing video for Nosferatu. And we got to see some stuff that just blew our minds. But I personally really wish that we had more time to just kind of do it. So it happens, but you can't just dwell on it.
Yeah.
You just kind of.
I feel like I get to experience the locations a little bit more from behind the camera than you do, only because I have ADHD really badly, and I'll be like, bye!
Yeah, she's done.
And I fuck off, and I'm running around playing in the leaves, and I'm going, come and look at this! And he's like, listen.
We're working here.
We're working here. And I'm like, I know, but I'm really excited. So that's sometimes why you see me like just literally fucking around in the background, and I'm like, hi! Bye!
Perfect example of this. The video hasn't come out yet, but we were in a place called Doon Castle. It's in Scotland.
If that fits, I think.
And if you don't know this at all, it's where Monty Python filmed the majority of their castle scenes for the Holy Grail. So we have a Holy Grail video coming. And we're filming, and all of a sudden I can't find her. And I'm like, where'd she go? And she just pops out of this hole in the ground. Like there was this like room built into the side of like a hill, and she just like, hi, I'm in here. I'm like, fucking freaking hell. So you just never know where she's at.
If I fits, I sits.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite video or a favorite memory from the things you've done so far?
For me, it's Pet Cemetery.
Pet Cemetery.
Really?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And Gourmet.
Yeah.
Stephen King. During the Rain.
Yeah, it was one of those things. If you guys are ever going, if you're ever going to be in New England and you want to do Pet Cemetery, when we did it, we were really concerned that we were going to run out of time because it's like
they're really far apart.
Yeah, when they made that movie, it was like they chose very beautiful locations all around. Like some movies you watch and you're like, that's a boring scene, it's a boring area. But when you watch Pet Cemetery, if you look at all the locations, they're all completely magical. And the really good movies do that. You know, they purposely pick a spot. So we were able to do it, but it was raining. And there was a few times where I probably should have died making this. And she almost had a heart attack watching me climb down a cliffside with a $10,000 camera, and it's rain and there's moss everywhere. And I'm like, I'm gonna get the shot. Here I go. And then I had to figure out how to get back up. And but
I couldn't look at him. I had to walk away.
To me, in years of doing YouTube, 5 years doing it full time, we don't put out videos every day. But in 850 videos, the favorite time that I ever turned on the camera and pointed at something was that video. And she was in it. Like my favorite piece of video I ever recorded was at the quarry where Lewis and Judge are they're climbing up the quarry to get to the Micmac burial ground. They climb up this quarry and it's real and it's there. And I had her stand at the very top and I slowly walked up. And when you're doing this in the rain, once it gets to the top of the hill, there she is, and then there's like the ocean, and then there's boats, and then there's rain coming down. And it was just gorgeous, and I see it every day in my head, and that's the favorite thing I ever put on camera, was that scene.
What about you?
There's so many, but there's one that kind of haunts me in a positive way, and that's usually the surf ballroom, where the crash site for, I can't remember the names right now.
Buddy
Holly.
Richie Valens.
And Richie Valens, yeah. Again, it was raining. It's something, it just kind of sets the mood sometimes, and while we were inside the surf ballroom, we were the only people there. And I literally mean we were the only people there. But you're standing in this very old place, and I could hear the audience. I could hear murmuring conversations. I could hear the band playing, you know, as if it's off in the distance, like I've left to go to the bathroom or something. You know, you come back from a concert and you're like, oh, I can hear again. And I think about that all the time because it fills me with a really warm feeling every time I can hear that, as if I'm being touched by that location, and it's just a magical feeling.
Did you ever encounter things like, yeah, sure, you can film here, but we want money?
Yes.
And I don't mean the places that you have to officially rent anywhere, like the Rocky Horror Castle or something.
Yes, and I like to call them out on it. I don't know, because you kind of have to have fun, you know, because like what we do, we love doing it, but it's also work, but you also have to have fun with it. This trip in particular, I'm going to point out one thing. This trip in particular, when we did a meet and greet similar to this one, but in Aberdeen, Scotland, which if you don't know where that's at, that's like way over there.
It's really northern Scotland.
Yeah, and when it was announced that we were doing that, I butcher names, the Boleskine House? Boleskine House? Right? You know what I'm talking about, right? Right? Jamie Page owned it for a while after Aleister Crowley. It's like, oh, YouTube, they do whatever they can to get whatever they can for free. It's okay. It is. But just with anything, you have to put in to get something out. You know what I mean? So I said, okay, let's do that. And he said, no. What the hell? And then I started really looking into it, and then it's a foundation that owns it now. Now keep in mind this building burned down a couple different times. And now he even said in his email, we're spending a lot of money to restore this, so we need to charge people to come in. I'm like, cool, take my money. No. So, we did the video anyhow, and I stood out front and I said, these guys, and we did the video anyhow. They're restoring the house, but it's not going to look anything like it did. Now it's going to be like a wedding venue. Right? It's one of those things, like we even say in the video, yes, there's a new video coming out on that, obviously. We even say in the video, listen, this house, or a house on this exact piece of property has burned down 3 times. Now you're spending an astronomical amount of money to build another house.
Just for it to burn out again.
What are you doing?
It's gonna happen.
So
I'm calling it in case when it happens.
We didn't do it.
I'm taking responsibility. I did it. With my mind.
Okay. I don't know her.
So we're almost done with the Q&A. What's next for you guys? After Brussels and London, you're going back home. What's in store for you there?
I don't know what immediately is in store for us, but we are planning the next Halloween season to be in Tokyo.
Yes.
Wow.
But we want to come back here too.
We are coming back to Europe in May, June. We're going to try to come back to Germany next year, but we are currently planning something disgustingly big for 2025 that has to deal with a lot of like German history. Be on the lookout for that. It's massive. It's never been done before.
Can you hint at that one or no?
No.
I know this one this time.
Yeah.
I'm just excited about it.
But I like keeping secrets, not because I'm like, yeah, I got a secret, but I like, it's like a present, you know? If you watch the channel, you never know what to expect. Some people, all they do is filming locations. Some people, all they do is true crime. Some people, all they do is eat at restaurants. And you just never know.
Yeah.
Because
sometimes we've let it slip our plans and then they fell through and then people were really bummed out and we kind of hated that feeling.
Yeah.
So sometimes we don't like to say when it's so far out and we don't have it solidified. It's like, let's wait and see what happens because, oh, it's going to be another full of heart. Oops, did I say that?
oh, yeah, screw that.
Oh.
That's you.
Before I let you go, I want to give you my personal wish list for new videos.
Okay.
Three things.
All right.
It's Twin Peaks, as you can see. The Fire Walk with Me in here.
It's on our list.
Twin Peaks is on your
Okay,
list.
yes.
That's awesome. We didn't talk about this. I'm very happy to see this. Ferris Bueller's Day Off. And Rock and Roll High School.
I know Ferris Bueller is on our day off.
We did some
list.
Ferris Bueller stuff. But just a little bit.
The whole thing.
But
Was it in a collaboration with you though? It wasn't its own thing? It was like kind of mixed into one, I think. I don't remember. It was a while ago. We had
we
850
filmed some
videos.
scenes of
They
Ferris
put one
Bueller
together.
in Los Angeles, so
Yeah.
we did those. But like the Chicago locations
Right.
all happened.
Yeah.
We planned on doing that video last time we were in Chicago, but weather screwed us. It happens.
Right.
So it's coming. All 3 of those things are coming. But the Twin Peaks one is really hard because I'm a huge Twin Peaks fan myself, and there are so many locations that I think what's going to happen is instead of doing like an hour-long Twin Peaks video, it's going to be a bunch of like little things of like one of my all-time favorite scenes in Twin Peaks is the funeral of Laura.
And Leland is falling into the grave. This is awesome.
Yeah.
Team history.
We live not that far from that cemetery in LA, so I can't walk to it, but I can get there.
Speaking of Twin Peaks, we're all familiar with Ray Weiss, right? The dad.
Right.
I got to meet him not that long ago, and I got so nervous. I'm standing there and I'm like, I'm a really big fan, and I have a crush on you. And he went, me? And he's a much older gentleman now. And I went, yeah, you. And he was like, Well, let's just hug it out.
There you go.
Oh, yeah. Laura, she's dead now.
I never got to see the new season, the third season. I tuned out at episode 4 because I couldn't believe how bad it was. Did you make it through the whole thing?
Nope.
It's not good, right?
Nope.
I don't think I've seen the whole thing either, have I?
No, you haven't.
I'm a bit of a latecomer to Twin Peaks. I don't think I've finished the original in full yet.
You haven't ventured into season 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just know she's dead.
Yes. Jessica, Michael, thank you very much for doing this.
Thank you all for coming out. Seriously.
I hope you have a great time in Germany. You will stick around a little longer if people want to take photos, talk to you. You will be here for a little while longer if people want to hang out with you.
Yeah.
Also wenn ihr noch Fragen habt, stellt sie den beiden, macht Fotos mit ihnen, ohne euch, mit euch zusammen. Wie auch immer, wir sind noch ein bisschen hier. Danke für eure Aufmerksamkeit, einen schönen Abend wünsche ich euch noch und bis hoffentlich bald. Jessica, Babygo, Michael, the Grimmlifecollective. Happy Halloween.
Ja, jetzt hatten wir wirklich das komplette Interview für euch hier von Jessica und Michael hier auf dem Kanal von ParkTube bzw. hier in der Frek Show. Fand ich mega cool und ich muss einfach mal sagen, die beiden haben genau die gleiche Story, die Jenny und ich auch haben. Also wirklich in fast allen Punkten haben sie tatsächlich die gleichen Entscheidungen getroffen, die gleichen Schicksale erlebt. Also wirklich mega krass. Also die beiden, also ich habe gerade Jenny und mich da auf der Bühne gesehen, was die Stories angeht, also von daher mega krass einfach, was da passiert ist und wie gesagt, das, was sie erzählt haben, das ist quasi die Story von Jenny und mir, genau das gleiche ist uns auch widerfahren, also mega krass, das ist genau 1:1, das wundert mich gerade sehr. Aber ja, das war das komplette Interview bzw. das Q&A von den beiden und jetzt chillen wir noch ein bisschen mit denen und lassen das Video so langsam rausklingen. Hier in der Frek Show. So Freunde, wir sind jetzt quasi am Ende des Videos angekommen hier in der Frek Show in Essen und es war wirklich ein sehr schöner Abend. Wir hatten ein schönes Q&A von den beiden, Jessica und Michael, und wie gesagt, es war eine wirklich tolle Experience hier gewesen. Es war wirklich mega schön, mal hier diese Location zu sehen. Die war wirklich ultra schön und dann auch mit den beiden noch. Es war wirklich, es ist crazy. Es ist auf jeden Fall mega geil gewesen. Und jetzt habe ich noch das letzte Wort. The last word, und zwar von Michael hier in unserem Vlog, und es ist mega krass und er beendet jetzt das Video. So you end this video now.
I have officially changed my name to Grimm Orlach.
Okay.
I'm stealing your camera. Come with me. Come with me. Come with me. Come with me. Say Happy Halloween.
Oh wait.
Happy Halloween. Happy Halloween from the Grimmlifecollective. Thank you for joining us. Until next time, toodaloo, Scooby-Doo.